Usually when I do these reaction videos, I am poking fun at popular culture. I'm just trying to have a good time. In this case, I think it's less funny. I listened to the Britney Spears testimony. I read the Britney Spears testimony. And to be honest, I think it's a f***ing disaster. I cannot believe the way that we have a society, her doctors, the lawyers, her management. I can't believe the way we have all treated her. I thought she made an effort to give a very comprehensive view of her or review of her experiences, and she clearly described how she feels about it.
My requests are just to end the conservatorship without being evaluated. I want a petition basically to end the conservatorship, but I want it to be petition to end it, but I don't want to be evaluated and be sat in a room with people 4 hours a day like they did me before. And they made it even worse for me after that happened.
So I want to talk about psychologically what I think is going on with Britney, and I want to talk about how I view this conservatorship. So first, Britney, from a psychological standpoint, she came across anxious, she had pressured speech, she was flighty, she was talking incredibly quickly. In many ways, I think she had a bad presentation, and I am worried that people will hear that presentation and think she is manic, think that it's a consequence of a mental health issue. This is somebody who has been locked up, has lost her rights for the last 13 years. Every decision that she's made in her life has had to be checked by and reviewed by somebody else. She has such an incredible loss of personal agency. And I think that's why she comes across like an adolescent when she talks about people being mean to her or people punishing her or people being nice to her, right? It's this very sort of elementary way of thinking about interactions with the people around her.
There was a week period where they were nice to me and they said, I don't want to do, and I told them I don't want to do the, they were nice to me. They said, if I don't want to do the new Vegas show, I don't have to. So I remember telling my assistant, but you know what? I feel weird if I say no. I feel like they're going to come back and be mean to me or punish me or something.
I thought she came across like a victim of domestic violence that has PTSD. She is fearful of people. She is fearful of being alone. She's fearful of the paparazzi. She's anxious and hesitant. And at the same time, she is desperate for connection. She's desperate for alignment. She's desperate for support. And so I can see her having this sort of give and take relationship where she feels like if I'm nice to the people around me, if I'm just, cheerful pop star Britney Spears, people will love me and take care of me. And I think she's in this dynamic where she can't figure out how she needs to show up. I believe that's why it has taken her so long to come out in this way. I think she has gathered all of her courage to come out and say, I want the hell out of this conservatorship. I think it's hard for her, and I think her drive and energy around this is fleeting. Just like someone who is in a situation of domestic violence. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of strength, and you are taking on a lot of risk to get out of an abusive relationship. And I think that's exactly what Britney's doing right now.
I'm not happy. I can't sleep. I'm so angry, it's insane, and I'm depressed. I cry every day, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I don't think how the state of California can have all this written in the court documents from the time I showed up and do absolutely nothing, just hire with my money another person to keep my dad on board. Ma'am, my dad and anyone involved in this conservatorship and my management who played a huge role in punishing at me when I said, no, ma'am, they should be in jail.
I think you can argue that this is someone that does have some mental health issues. I don't think she is right now in a place where those mental health issues require a conservatorship. The reason you would have a conservatorship is if someone couldn't take care of themselves, if they were elderly and had dementia and really couldn't manage their finances. Well, Britney's the person that is paying for both lawyers here. She's paying for her management, she's paying for her doctor, she's paying for everything. There's no question Britney can support herself. And there's this constant narrative of, we don't know everything that's going on. Maybe Britney is suicidal. Maybe she needs a high level of monitoring because she wants to kill herself. But then I would ask you the question, why does she want to have a child? She talked about wanting to have a child with her boyfriend, but she can't because she's been forced to keep an IUD in. The fact that she wants to have kids means she wants to live on. She wants to have a normal life. She wants to grow and develop. Now, do I think she should have kids? No. But if we get in a place where we make mental health a prerequisite for having kids, we are headed the wrong direction as a society. That conversation goes back to eugenics. Who's going to be the person that decides what mental health is? Who's going to be the person that decides you're a fit or unfit parent? It's an absolute nightmare. And I can't help but notice the difference in how Britney Spears has been treated versus her male counterparts. Think about the behavior of a Charlie Sheen, of a Nicolas Cage, of a Kanye West, of a Shia LaBeouf, right? Men acting incredibly erratic, men spending money in very weird ways, men showing absolute delusions in their thinking. And we view that as, you know, they're eccentric, right? We tolerate it as a society. But when Britney Spears does it, the paparazzi are on her, we are judging her, and we literally drive her into her home. And we keep her there for whatever's been now 13 years. So in aggregate, now that we know that Britney wants out of this conservatorship, I can't think of a single reason why it should continue. In my eyes, it is straight abuse. You know, I am proud of her that she was able to stand up for herself. I'm glad the world saw it. Hopefully the court does the right thing.